think specifically I have in mind to not be a band that's motivated by anything besides its own creative impulses. Not to be swept up by hype or anything of that nature. I think that is the kind of thing that destroys music and renders it unlistenable and unworthy of people's attention. So as long as I can avoid that, I'll take whatever seat at the table I get. I personally write music because I want to participate in something that I've loved my whole life. It also has become something of an intellectual pursuit, and I'm sure it has something to do with escapism, although I don't think of it as that. I think that I could have any number of careers, but this is the one that fascinates me the most. I studied very briefly to be a political journalist. I was interested in being a writer, and prior to that, I thought the first career that I thought that I would have would be as a professional violinist. I played the violin from a very young age, classical music, played in orchestras, and I imagined that I would do that, but I didn't pursue it for whatever reason after I was about 18. But in my first year, I started reading a lot of philosophy and found that I preferred the approach to knowledge that is kind of more theoretical and has to do more with observation and exploration of ideas than with. I just find that political journalism can be very unnecessarily judgmental. It can kind of compartmentalize cultures and ideas in a way that I think is can be sometimes destructive. And I didn't want to participate in the kind of like the machine of that. You know, I didn't want to be forced to write things that were for or against certain ideas or cultures because I was being paid to. I'd rather have a career that allows me to like posit ideas and explore ideas in a much more general way than political journalism allows you to. I grew up in a kind of small town in Texas, and Texas in general is a very flat, very slow place. There's literally a lot of space. The sky is very open, and so you can grow up very immersed in like Texan culture, what people think of as Texan culture, country music and energy industries. I don't know, whatever people think of as Texan culture. But there's also, Daniel Johnston is from there, and the 13th Floor Elevators, and Red Crayola recorded records there. There's just, when I was a teenager, I started playing in bands, I started playing guitar, I started smoking weed and listening to different kinds of music, and I was reading books by, beat writers and wanted to go explore the country, and none of that really aligns with going to conservatory and dedicating yourself 18 hours a day to one instrument. So I had to leave it behind. I made a choice, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy where it's brought me, but I'm also very glad that I had something in my past, in my youth, that taught me how to focus myself completely on something.